In this video, we are to discuss on method of moment estimation. And in this video, we have here the gamma distribution. We are asked to estimate alpha and beta by method of moment. So, solution. For more on this topic, you need to subscribe to this channel. We should recall or we should note that if x follows a gamma distribution, we have it as alpha all over beta, and the variance to be alpha all over beta squared. So what this simply means, this simply means that our expectation of x, which is the mean, is alpha all over beta, and the variance of x is equal to alpha all over beta squared. So for we to obtain the solution for the method of moment estimation, it means we are to equate the population mean to the sample mean. What it simply means is that we equate the population mean to the sample mean. So for the first moment, our population mean, which is mu, is equal to the expected value of x. And the expected value of x, as we have already shown here, is alpha all over beta. So we have is equal to alpha all over beta. Also, for the sample mean is 1 all over n summation of xi as I running from 1 to n. And of course, we know that from statistics that what we have here is simply the mean. Is simply the mean, which can be written as this. So if we make this our equation 1 and make this our equation 2, which is ii, we'll have that combining or equating equation 1 and equation 2, we get, combining equation 1 and 2, we get that the mean is equal to alpha all over beta. Let us take this as our equation star because we'll come back to it. So this is what we have for the first moment. This is what we get for the first moment. Now the next thing to do is to get the second moment. Of course, we'll see that alpha here is equal to xb. So for the second moment, we say the second moment, our population mean, which is 1, 2, the second moment can be written as mu1, 2 to be equal to m1, 2. So the population mean here is equal to the expected value of x squared. Of course, we don't know this, but we'll have to solve it out. Now, the sample mean for the second moment is 1 all over n summation of xi squared as I running from 1 to n. So this place there is square here, here there is none. So this is for the second moment. Now, how do we obtain this? How do we obtain the expected value of x squared? We'll move over to this other side of the board to do that. For more on this topic, you need to subscribe to this channel. So we'll move over to this side. So we should take note of this, the mean and the variance. For we to obtain the population mean, as we have it there, for we to obtain the population mean here, all we need to do, we'll recall that the variance of x is equal to the expected value of x squared minus the expected value of x all squared. This is variance. Then, if we make this the subject of formula, we will now have it to be equal to this. So we can say the expected value of x squared is equal to the variance of x, if this goes over here, plus the expected value of x all squared. Now, we can ask ourselves, what is our variance? We have our variance to be alpha all over beta squared plus, what is our expected value of x? Our expected value of x is alpha all over beta. But because of this square, we write it as this, which is the same thing as, it then means that our expected value of x squared is equal to alpha all over beta squared plus alpha squared all over beta squared. If we open this bracket, it then means that our expected value of x squared is equal to, we can put this together to write it as alpha plus alpha squared. That means if we take the LCM, all over beta squared. So this is what we get. Now, so we'll go over to this other side of the board to see if we can compute something. Now, this is our equation. This is equal to whatever we have here. This our population mean for the second moment is equal to what we have here. And what we have here can be written as alpha into alpha plus 1 all over beta squared. So it then means we can put it here, which is alpha into alpha plus 1 all over beta squared. So this is our equation 3. And this is our equation 4. So this is our equation 3 and this is our equation 4. We already said initially that to obtain the solution for the method of moment estimation, we have to combine the two, the population mean and the sample mean. So now we'll combine the population mean and sample mean. All we need to do is to move over to this side of the board. So all we need to do, we'll say combining equation 3 and equation 4. Combining equation 3 and equation 4, we will now have that means what we are combining this and the population mean and the sample mean, which is alpha into alpha plus 1 all over beta squared to be equal to 1 all over n summation of xi squared as I running from 1 to n. So this is what we are combining. Of course, we'll have to delete this now. So for more on this topic, you need to subscribe to this channel. So what do we do here now? Of course, we note that from our equation star, we have that x bar is equal to alpha all over beta. It then implies that alpha is equal to x bar beta. So anywhere we see alpha, we'll put x bar beta. Now we are trying to get the estimate for beta, the estimate for beta. So anywhere we see alpha, we'll put x beta. So we'll have x beta into x bar beta plus 1 all over beta squared to be equal to 1 all over n summation of xi squared as I running from 1 to n. Now, if you watch at this can cancel this to be left with x bar into x bar beta plus 1 all over beta to be equal to 1 all over n summation of as I running from 1 to n xi squared. So this is what we get when we cancel this. So we are left with this. What do we now do here? What do we do? We'll move over to this other side of the board. We'll move over to this other side of the board because we are trying to get our estimate of beta since we have already gotten that of alpha. For more on this topic, you need to subscribe to this channel. Now, we can multiply this by this and this by this to give us x bar squared b. That means x bar squared beta plus x bar all over beta to be equal to 1 all over n summation of xi squared as I running from 1 to n. That means we multiply this, we open the bracket. Now we can still write this as x bar squared beta all over beta plus x bar all over beta. Nothing has changed to be equal to 1 all over n summation of xi squared as I running from 1 to n. Of course, this can cancel this and we'll be left with x bar squared plus x bar all over beta to be equal to 1 all over n summation of xi squared as I running from 1 to n. So this is what we'll get. The next thing to do, we push this over to this other side of the equation. So we push x bar squared to this other side of the equation. For more on this topic, you need to subscribe to this channel. Now we have, if we move this x bar squared over to this other side of the equation, we have x bar all over beta to be equal to 1 all over n summation of as I running from 1 to n x bar squared minus x bar squared. It then means that x bar all over beta is equal to, we write it as 1 all over n summation of as I running from 1 to n x bar x minus x bar squared. Of course, we know this is variance. So we are left with x bar all over b to be equal to this. Now, the next thing for we to do, to get this, we can still cross multiply. So if we cross multiply, we can write this as 1 all over beta to be equal to 1 all over n summation of, as I running from 1 to n, x minus x bar squared all over x bar, all over x bar. So it then means that our beta estimates can be written as x bar all over 1 all over n summation of, as I running from 1 to n, x minus x bar squared. So this is our estimate for beta. Now we have to move over to this side of the board to write it out properly. That means the estimate for alpha and beta, because we are asked to estimate alpha and also estimate beta. So, of course, if we recall from equation star, like we said before, we said x bar is equal to alpha beta. It then means that our alpha estimate will be x bar beta, and our beta estimate is x bar all over 1 all over n summation of, as I running from 1 to n, x minus x bar all squared. So of course we know this is variance. You can still write it as x bar all over x squared. So these are variance too. We can write this as this. So this is how we can easily compute the method of moment estimation for the gamma distribution. We are asked to find the estimate for alpha and the estimate for beta. This is simply how we can get it. For more on this topic, you need to subscribe to this channel.